Framework for Comparative Education Analysis. Let us look at a model that Bray and Thomas have made, and it is very popular among the comparative educational researchers. अब इस फ्रेमवर्क में जो कि ये हमें दे रहे हैं, there is a three-dimensional approach. एक अप्रोच में वही कहता है कि it is important when you're making comparisons to look at the geographical location. Number two, you can also look at non-locational demographics. जैसे कुछ communities हैं जो कि आपस में they feel a certain kind of affiliation with it, but लेकिन वो जो country borders हैं उसके across है, like you can talk about Muslim community, you can talk about Tamils, you can talk about other communities also that may feel a certain kind of affiliation with each other and certain kinds of groups. And then it is important, of course, to look at the aspect of education and how it is affecting society or society आपकी education को affect कर रही है. These are the three dimensions that Bray and Thomas talk about in their framework, लेकिन इनके अंदर काफ़ी subdivisions भी हैं जो कि हम बाद में देखेंगे. अब कंपैरेटिव में एजुकेशन में अगर हम बात करें स्पेस की, तो स्पेशियल कंपैरिजन की बात करें तो ये जहन में रखिएगा कि स्पेस now in education and in educational research is really interpreted in several ways. It is not only geographical space. Space का मतलब ये नहीं कि physical space सिर्फ. Of course it means physical space also or geographical entities and space, but it also means socio-cultural space. What if people of a community feel similar or different from another community? वो सच उनके अपने customs, उनके अपनी values, they will affect the education they are getting, they'll affect the schools that are over there, and they will be reflected in their attitudes in literacy or education. That aspect has to be seen. Political and economic differences across countries. So you talk about developing countries and you talk about this third world thing, yeah, developing countries, yeah, developed countries. These differences. Socio-specific space, the impact of globalization or localization. Global जो भी हमारे agendas and ever more, these global agendas are affecting the local policies of the nations and they are being reflected in the education systems. लेकिन at least they are आपके schools में आए ना आए, at least they are definitely reflected in your policies. इसी तरह culture, the culture within which the schools are embedded, you can look at that cultural space. किस तरह से लोग कई दफ़ा आपने देखा हो कि there is also even आप rural research की बात कर लें तो there is a difference between a chuck and a basti. अब geographically वो बिल्कुल एक दूसरे के साथ हैं लेकिन they very clearly know कि जी ये चक है और ये बस्ती है और you can see the difference over there. Attitudes of लोगों में फ़र्क होगा आपके. फिर लोग ये concept of महल्ला, आप कहीं पे जाएं और उधर अगर किसी इवन अर्बन स्लम्स में भी अगर आप जाएं तो वेरी क्लियरली दे नो कि ये कोई बाउंड्रीज बनी नहीं होती ज्योग्राफिकल, बट दे वो नो दे वहाँ पे रहने वालों को पता होगा कि ये हमारा मोहल्ला नहीं है, उनका मोहल्ला है. So this concept of mahalla, of course, it is there as a physical space, but it is also in the minds of the people. So how that kind of space we are talking about in a given culture, which becomes a norm and tradition. And what about the cyberspace? Talk about this new way of teaching and learning. There are so many universities across the world now, including this virtual university over here in Pakistan, in which the concept of classroom has changed. And the classrooms work in cyberspace. Look at the communication technologies. What about the space? Chat rooms आपके होते हैं, है ना? वो अब लोग दूर हैं एक दूसरे से कि लोग करीब हैं एक दूसरे से. Are they not influencing each other's opinions? So this cyberspace, these are all new phenomena that has sort of transformed the concept of space. कि space है क्या? But these are all comparative spatial units of analysis.